The move comes as TSA staffing shortages are causing major delays. Agents are being sent to over a dozen airports across the country, including in Atlanta, New York, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Phoenix, and Fort Myers, Florida. At Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport, passengers were told to arrive at least 4 hours early. Officials warn delays could remain severe as staffing issues continue. President Trump making the directive as lawmakers failed to make a breakthrough over the weekend on DHS funding. The president now adding new demands. NTD's Melina Weisskopf has more on this story.
On Capitol Hill, senators working over the weekend but failed to reach a deal to end the partial government shutdown. White House officials and Senate Democrats have exchanged offers over the past several days.
The opportunity to actually drive this to a conclusion is there. You have to have, obviously, to negotiate a deal, you got to have two sides at the table. The White House is there, Senate Republicans are there. The question is, are Senate Democrats going to take yes for an answer?
The White House has expressed openness to almost all of Democrats' demands on changes to ICE policy, but sticking points remain. Democrats insist that agents remove masks and acquire judicial warrants for enforcement. Republicans say this inhibits immigration enforcement and puts agents at risk. As the negotiations appear unyielding, the president now changing the dynamics. He's expressing openness to Democrats' demand to reduce ICE funding in exchange for the votes to pass the Save America Act. In a Sunday Post writing, "I don't think we should make any deal unless Democrats agree to pass the Save America Act. All paper ballots, no men and women's sports, and no transgender mutilation of our precious children. Lump everything together as one and vote." Meanwhile, the president has directed Border Czar Tom Homan to send ICE agents to airports to help with staffing shortages. Agents will be deployed today, starting at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport. They'll help with crowd control and helping to get wait times down.
ICE has been at airports across the country for a long time. It's just expanding those things. Look, how much of a plan does it mean to guard an exit to make sure no one comes through that exit? I mean, we're talking about security options, and these officers are well-trained in security, and they're well-trained in identification.
Homan said agents would not be screening people through security, but will help where their expertise will suffice. Democrats not welcoming the news.
Instead of sending ICE agents to harass travelers at airports, why doesn't Trump get his act together and agree to pay the TSA workers and get the Senate Republicans to do so?
Senate Democrats tried again over the weekend to separate TSA funding from the broader DHS funding. Republicans reject this approach. Senate Leader John Thune saying the move is an attempt to bypass Senate rules. Reporting from Washington, D.C., Melina Weisskopf, NTD News.
The president this morning praising ICE agents for stepping up amid a shortage of TSA workers. He's also doubling down on his support for ICE agents wearing masks during law enforcement, though saying they don't need masks at airports.
I want to thank ICE because they stepped in so strongly. They'll do great. And if that's not enough, I'll bring in the National Guard. When I didn't think the masks were appropriate, I put out a statement and I asked them, would it be possible to take off the mask? Because they should wear a mask when they're dealing with the murderers and the thugs let into our country.
ICE agents were deployed to some airports today as the partial government shutdown has caused long lines amid a shortage of TSA workers. The president saying it was his idea to send ICE agents to airports to help. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy is heading to LaGuardia Airport in New York City after